You know that feeling, that very specific kind of Sunday night dread?
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean the I didn't get my chores done kind. I mean that feeling where you have the right job, the sensible career, and I mean, on paper, you're winning.
But inside, it just feels wrong.
Feels like wearing a suit that's 2 sizes too small.
Yeah.
There's just this discomfort.
It's a very specific type of suffocation, really. You're ticking all the logical boxes, but you feel this oppressive weight.
Exactly. And that is the discord we are unpacking today. We're doing a deep dive into day 20 of the Transurfing principles.
Which is part of that larger, 78-day practical course we've been looking at.
Today's is titled Your Own Path, or sometimes you see it translated as A Path with a Heart.
It's such a pivotal concept. Our whole mission with this deep dive is to decode that signal failure between your logical mind and your intuitive soul.
And more importantly, how to fix it without just blowing up your entire life.
Right.
So let's start with the diagnostic. How do we know it's a pass without a heart and not just, a bad week?
Well, the text gets pretty specific. It describes this tug of war. Your mind, the rational part, is saying, this is good. This is profitable. It's prestigious. It makes sense.
All the logical stuff.
But the soul, your subconscious, is resisting. It's not a scream necessarily. It's more of a background hum of unease, of heavy uncertainty.
Right, whereas the right path isn't just about being giddy with joy all the time, is it?
No, and that's a common trap.
I think people confuse your path with this state of constant euphoria.
The source material is very careful to distinguish this. It's not manic happiness. The feeling is described as calm confidence.
Calm confidence. I like that.
It's a total shift in your internal monologue. You go from, I hope this works out, to a very quiet, very deep knowing that everything will be as I want.
I actually highlighted this one line. I think it sums it up perfectly. It says, the goal is a state where the soul rejoices and the mind rubs its hands with satisfaction.
That is the sweet spot. That's unity.
So that's the goal.
And the core transurfing mechanism here is that when you get that unity, when you stop fighting yourself, the external world kind of stops fighting you.
The text says reality actually adjusts to match your trajectory.
It does. But here's where it gets tricky, where the source throws a bit of a curveball.
Because usually when we hear find your path, the advice is always leap and the net will appear.
Quit the job, follow your dreams.
And day 20 says,
absolutely do not do that.
Which feels so counterintuitive. If my soul is screaming, get out, why would I stay?
Because we live in a material world.
Yeah.
And that world has, physical laws, specifically inertia. Reality doesn't just rearrange itself instantly.
It's not magic.
Not at all. So if you rage quit your job today with no plan, what emotion replaces that calm confidence?
Panic. Pure panic. Fear of not making rent.
Exactly. And in transurfing, fear is a deal breaker. It creates what's called excess potential. If you're paralyzed by the fear of poverty, you jam the signal.
You can't use the tools?
You can't, especially not the slide technique.
And just to clarify for everyone, when we talk about slides here, we're not talking about PowerPoint.
Right. A slide is a visualized mental snapshot of your desired reality, like a single movie frame of you living your ideal life.
And you can't hold that image steady if you're terrified about where your next meal is coming from.
It's impossible. So the strategy is actually very pragmatic. It's almost boring.
You keep the hated job for now.
You keep the job, yes. You use it as a scaffold. The source says to treat your current situation like a reliable safety net. It pays the bills, it keeps the mind calm.
And that safety gives you the mental energy to actually work on the new path.
It lets you run those slides and visualize where you're going with intention, not desperation.
So you're not selling out, you're just buying time.
You're balancing the equation. You listen to the soul's desire for change, but you respect the mind's very real need for security.
And you only make the jump when the new path has solidified enough to actually hold your weight.
Precisely. It turns the transition from a cliff dive into a bridge crossing.
It's about not letting the mind bully the soul into misery, but also not letting the soul recklessly endanger the mind's safety.
That's the balance.
Which I think brings us to the big takeaway for you listening. We all have that discord somewhere in our lives.
We do. And the provocative question to leave you with is this. Is there a major area in your life right now where your logic is shouting yes, but your gut is quietly whispering no?
And are you brave enough to just acknowledge that split without feeling the need to burn the whole house down today?